This is the story of Ruth. My question is, what kind of relationship did Ruth have with her mother-in-law, Naomi? In the violent times of the biblical judges, Naomi and her husband, Elimelech, and their 2 sons had come from Bethlehem of Judea to the territory of Moab because of famine in the land. Elimelech died, and Naomi's sons took Moabite women as wives, even though some religious leaders had opposed marriages to non-Judean women. After about 10 years, both of Naomi's sons died. At this point, Naomi was desolate and decided to return to Bethlehem. Naomi had changed her name from Naomi, which means pleasant, to Mara, which means bitterness. She told Ruth and Orpah, her other daughter-in-law, to go back to their people and their gods in the land of Moab. Why? In these times, if a woman was widowed, her brother-in-law was to marry her and protect her. Since Naomi wasn't likely to have any more sons, she made this demand of them. Orpah turned back. But Ruth said that famous quote to her mother-in-law, "Wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you live, I will live. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God." Ruth is loyal and faithful to her despite Naomi's bitterness. And at this point, we know that Ruth has accepted the God of Israel. It was the beginning of the barley harvest season in Bethlehem. Naomi and Ruth were destitute. Ruth gleaned, gathering fallen grain on the land of Boaz, a wealthy relative from the family of Elimelech. Boaz noticed Ruth for her diligence, urged her to stay on his field and under his protection. "But I am an immigrant," Ruth said. He replied, "Everything you did for your mother-in-law after your husband's death has been reported fully to me. May the Lord reward you fully for your deed. May you receive a rich reward from the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you've come to seek refuge." Boaz ordered his harvesters to leave extra grain in the field for Ruth. When Ruth returned to her, Naomi said that Boaz was one of their close relatives, a redeemer. "May he be blessed by the Lord. He hasn't abandoned his faithfulness with the living and with the dead." Ruth gleaned with Boaz's young women until the barley and wheat were harvested, and she went back to stay with her mother-in-law. When it was time for the threshing, Naomi gave Ruth some interesting counsel. She told her to bathe, put on perfume, wear nice clothes, and go down to the threshing floor where the men slept. When Boaz was asleep, Ruth was to go and lay down on his feet. And Ruth said, "I will do everything you are telling me." Was this good advice? When Boaz woke during the night, he asked, "Who are you?" She replied, "I am Ruth, your servant. Spread out your robe over your servant, because you are a redeemer." In the morning, Boaz sent Ruth home with 6 measures of barley for Naomi. In front of the elders and townspeople, Boaz bought the right of redemption from Naomi's closest relative and all the land that belonged to Elimelech, including Ruth the Moabite. And he accepted the man's sandal to bind the deal. And so Boaz took Ruth as his wife, and they had a son. The women of the town said to Naomi, "This child will restore your life and sustain you in your old age. Your daughter-in-law, who loves you, has given birth to him. She is better for you than 7 sons." Naomi found peace, happiness, and love. As Obed's mother, Ruth became Jesse's grandmother, King David's great-grandmother, and ancestor of Jesus, the great Redeemer. An awesome ending for all. Happy Mother's Day.